Hey everyone, thank you for joining Ask Stacy and Amanda with Bank of North Dakota. We put out videos every single week, so make sure that you turn on your notifications and subscribe to all of our social media so you know when we put out those videos and to keep up to date with everything that's going on at Bank of North Dakota. Today we are at Williston State College doing a program highlight with the Information Technology Department and the Petroleum Technology and Automation Department with Professors Alex Kovalev and Ken Kwame. So, guys, let's talk about your programs. It seems like each of your programs would be a little bit disjointed or not related, but they're actually so incredibly interwoven. Can you talk a little bit about your programs and kind of what prompted combining them and joining forces?
Yes, thanks, Amanda. It's really amazing how you said correctly that these programs, although they might look different, are very related, which is what prompted these changes that we're trying to implement here. Basically, changes in these curricula are about adding some IT courses into the petroleum/automation program and vice versa, adding some tech automation courses into Ken's curriculum. And that is being prompted by our advisory boards as well as current trends happening in the petroleum industry. And not only in the petroleum industry, across the board actually, in North Dakota.
Can you talk about those trends a little bit and
Absolutely.
What you were noticing?
Absolutely. If you think about your stereotypical oil field worker, you would think dirty boots, dirty coveralls, grease all over. And although this is still the case, because let's face it, they're working with heavy-duty piping and equipment and drilling mud and whatnot, the industry is requiring more and more techs that have high-tech technology and IT skills who can maintain complex equipment, such as sensors, for example, diagnostic tools that are entirely based on electronics. They need people who can code programmable logic controllers out there that control your electric motors, your pumping jacks, with all that data and diagnostics information being fed wirelessly into the offices, to the engineer's screen right there. So this is what we have the facility and the equipment and trainers in our labs to train, and that's what we're trying to do here.
So how does IT, I know Alex just kind of mentioned it with sensors and data and all of that, but how else does IT fit in with petroleum and some of even the other programs that you have here at Williston State?
Thanks, Amanda. A good question. And the thing with it is that everybody is experiencing information technology. And a key term on that probably would be networking. And that everything, whether you're in your cell phone, whether you have a computer and data and analyzing and everything with it. And a student coming to school has to have those skills to go out to the workforce to be able to understand that device that's there. No different than we have an automobile that was developed back in the early 1900s.
Yep.
IT is relatively new yet, but the skills out there are very important for an opportunity for these students. And I say networking, PC, the server side of it, the security side of it, the Internet of Things. All these things are, I'll say a change element, but an opportunity for the students to get more knowledge and to develop their skills to be able to go out to our partners, which are industry, to have the jobs out there. And it's tremendous. The excitement for Alex and I is just, it's hard to explain when we see our students going out there with great success and getting jobs.
Yeah, and it sounds like really from, our pre-conversation that a lot of the changes in your programs are prompted by industry and prompted by the employers that your students are getting internships
Correct.
with, are getting jobs with. So can you talk a little bit about what you've heard from employers and what kind of skills that you're implementing into your programs that are making these kids marketable, not only in the programs that you're teaching, but more broadly?
Of course, yes, sure. Well, technology is omnipresent. It doesn't matter which industry you go to, whether it is wastewater disposal, agriculture, manufacturing, automation. The part that I teach, there's a lot of electronics, AC and DC electrical systems, PLC programming, and that applies across the board. But if you think about it, PLC is programming, that is coding, that is Ken's realm. Also, every PLC that controls electric motors out there that power pumping jacks, for example, in the oil industry, or other processes, let's say at a gas plant, they're all IP addressed, and that's networking. So my students need to have IT skills to be able to wire networks. And that's Ken's program. So petroleum or not, we're still talking a blend of skills that will be relevant whether they go out in an upturn in the petroleum industry when the prices are good and they get really nice jobs out there, which are available, by the way, right now. And when the times are not so good, they can still apply themselves in different industries. That's what we take a lot of pride in that.
Excellent. And yes, Amanda, the students, they're the most important asset that we have. And those skill sets and the graduates, I can't say enough, but the graduates that we have just recently, I'll say in 2018, obtained jobs. I would say almost 100%, if not 100% of our students are getting jobs because of what Alex said with the skill sets that they have. Even currently, as our students prepare for graduation, their skill sets, they've been into the automation and now going into IT. They've been in IT, now going into automation. That's not our decision. That's industry decision, that partner. And so they keep on saying, I recently got an email from a graduate in December that said the student is a rock star. And they're working on systems that we really didn't touch a lot on, and that is firewalls. But they have that knowledge. So we have something here to capitalize on in their skill sets to pass along to future students. But those are the skill sets that the students have. And to be able to say that about a student, that they can adapt to a new change, is just unbelievable. That hopefully that we continue, and we've given these students that come here to Williston State the right skills to get great jobs out there.
And I really think that's the hope of most colleges and most professors in programs, that they're preparing their students not just for, a job in IT, a job in automation, but that if, life changes or there's a downturn in the industry or something, that they're able to use the skills that they learned in your classes during your class projects and take those skills and turn them around and adapt going forward to a new career.
That's very
And it's tough. It's not in the textbooks. It's not in the textbook. It's that hands-on learning that we're providing. That hands-on learning, them making decisions, them collaborating with students. And they get that from Alex and I collaborating. They have to. So we change leadership roles. They change leadership roles. They adapt. And I think that opportunity comes to them.
Yep. Change is the only constant, as a Greek philosopher said once. But regardless of the change, we give them the fundamentals and the context. We put them in context that they can apply when they go out there and work. The opportunities are out there, especially in North Dakota.
Awesome. Well, I always like to ask a question at the end of my interviews, but are there any pearls of wisdom, any nuggets of advice that you would like to give to any student who is thinking about going into either of your programs, whether it's separately or combined?
Absolutely. Career and tech education offers hands-on experience from day one. This is something that you will not be getting from a four-year institution. We dip you right into hands-on lab environment on trainers learning relevant skills. And students after their freshman year will be able to land internships just like that, because there's a lot of demand for technicians specifically.
And I look at a key word of diversity. Diversity of skills, diversity of programs, that you have that diversity, that you have the latitude to be able to do anything you want. And that can be a liberal arts class embedded in a program. It can be that skill sets. But I say diversity for the skill that we provide those students that opportunity. And I say opportunity because we are coaches for them.
Yes, we give Head Start for careers. It's not like jobs we're talking about, it's careers.
Awesome. Well, this has been wonderful. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Ken, for lending your expertise on each of your programs individually, but also combined. I think this is really exciting. This is an exciting time for Williston State and the students who are going through your programs. So we can't thank you enough.
Thanks, Amanda. We appreciate you and Stacy coming here.
You're welcome. All right, everyone. Thanks so much. We will see you next week. All right. See you later. Bye.
Bye.